means you are called on in the image of Jesus, the Christ, as a Christian minister, to do as Christ did, and that is to be a social justice advocate, speaking out on behalf of the least of these.
Each of you have touched on something that is really near to my heart. And I want to say that I could say this, that all of you said it in a different way tonight, that the church has to work in concert with other organizations that may not share your doctrine or your faith. Like, the work has to embrace humanity in a way that embraces radical hospitality. Could you speak more to how we engage humanity and not trying to get everybody saved?
The difference between civic engagement and worship. When you're talking about being neighbor, that's an entirely different thing. So the church is called, if you see where Jesus says, where the young ruler asked Jesus, what's the greatest commandments? And Jesus says, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second one is just like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. So if you claim you love God and you hating people because you love God, the second one is just like the first one. I want clean water. I want my kids to have good education. I want whatever. You got to want that for everybody, whether they believe like you or not.
Without that kind of relationship building that is tough and difficult, we're not going to build the kind of coalitions that can dismantle the type of power that we're up against, right? Like, this is, racism is built into the structure of the house of our country.
For years, we have seen, we have been compelled by something that has been so incredibly bad. The entire Make America Great Again agenda is a throwback to something that we all thought was dead and gone. So it put fusion politics and a fusion coalition together rather than having us separated by identity politics.
Until we have the common enemy, in many of our communities, we're divided according to doctrine. You know, the Baptists say the Methodists don't have the water deep enough. You know, the Pentecostals say we ain't sweating enough, we ain't running enough. The stuff that divides us keep us from building the coalitions until the enemy is upon us. Why does it always have to be so great a threat, so great an enemy, before we can come together, build coalitions?